Becca Robbins here, your theme park tips gal, and I am in the Disneyland Resort area. And today I thought what might be fun is to walk Harbor Boulevard and show you all of the hotels that are across the street from Disneyland so you can kind of get an idea of the layout. I will put links to any room tours I have of any of these hotels down in the description, and I will also put links of where you can book it at the best prices through my partners at Getaway Today, along with those discounted Disneyland tickets also down there in the description. So we're gonna, right now I stayed at the Courtyard this trip, my favorite Harbor Boulevard hotel, but we're gonna head over to one of my other favorites across the way, which is Howard Johnson Anaheim. That's where we're gonna start, and we're gonna head down to the other end. This is the Howard Johnson Anaheim. It is what I would say is the farthest to the, I want to say it's north, but I know it's not. Whatever direction this is, closest to the 5, that's the closest you want to stay, because the others you have to go over the freeway, like walking wise. So if you want to walk to the parks, this hotel right here is going to be the farthest you want to stay in this direction. So we love this hotel. This hotel has 2 buildings that have been newly renovated, and I believe they're going to do the other buildings here this year or next year. It also has a water playground that is pirate themed, which we love, and then it has a separate area that has a garden pool, which is very large. It's a relaxing area, and it's far enough away that you don't have to hear the water playground. So while you will still have kids that come over and they hang out there in the garden pool, it is a more relaxing, chill vibe over there. Now, the Howard Johnson is a great hotel. We love it, and it has some family suites. It has a market inside of it. It does not offer free breakfast, and there is not dining on site other than at what you can grab at the marketplace. So you will have to cross what is Manchester, and then I believe it becomes Clementine, in order to get over to the other side where most of these other hotels are located. So here is the Howard Johnson from the corner of Manchester and Harbor Boulevard. And then you can see right there, that is the Courtyard, which I stay at most of the time. I do have a working relationship with the Courtyard. I just want to be transparent about that. But I got that relationship because it is my favorite hotel. And so I built that relationship with them because I kept bragging about it. So if you're going to Disneyland from Howard Johnson and also from the Courtyard, this is to get over to the other side of Manchester. This is Harbor Boulevard going this way. There's Disneyland. But I always suggest taking this little crossing here, harbor here, and taking that side down because there's a secret path, you can get in quicker, and it's less crowded. And so I just prefer that option. It's also shaded a lot more often. But as soon as we cross, I'll start showing you the next set of hotels. All right, as we cross the street here, you have the sign for the Courtyard, but right here on this corner is Mimi's Cafe. So this is a great dining option you can head to if you're on any of these Harbor Boulevard hotels that you can get some food at. But they also, my favorite, is to just eat at the bistro inside the Courtyard. The bistro inside the Courtyard is available to both hotel guests at the Courtyard and non-hotel guests. So a lot of times when I'm staying at Howard Johnson, I'll go over to the bistro to get something to eat. You can even package it to go, so you can go right back over to the Courtyard and eat whatever you're getting in your room. So that's my favorite place. But I'm going to show you that there are lots of dining options on Harbor Boulevard as well. So as we walk past the Courtyard here, it's set back a ways. They also have a full water park. Now, no, it's not as big as, like, say, your city or regional water park is, but for a hotel, other than Great Wolf Lodge, it is the biggest water park I have seen at the hotels. It's 2 30-foot slides, a play area with other smaller slides. It has splash pads, it has a pool, and it has a hot tub. And they also offer mobile ordering from noon until 10 p.m. from the pool area. So you can mobile order from their bistro and they will bring it to you. So that's kind of fun. You can sit there, have the poolside service, really makes you feel like you're at this luxury location. All right, so there is the Courtyard. Right here is another Marriott property. This is the Fairfield. And it's a great option for those that maybe want just a nice place to stay at night, have Marriott points maybe, or just want a really good deal and a touch of Disney magic. And in front of them is Panera. But let's get back to the Fairfield as we keep walking down Harbor Boulevard. So the Fairfield, guys, is actually owned by Marriott. So those that do not know much about Marriott properties, most Marriotts are franchised. I think there's like a dozen-ish that are actually owned by Marriott, and this Fairfield is one of the few. Now, Fairfield as a brand, the thing you need to know here is that usually Fairfields offer free breakfast as a brand. This one does not. So its location to Disneyland is a trade-off for losing the free breakfast. So just know that. It also has one of the largest gift shops I've seen. And all the rooms sleep, I believe, 5, except for unless you're getting just like a king room. But they also have, the majority of their rooms are adjoining. So it's really easy to get larger rooms for your family. One thing I want to point out is because a lot of people get surprised by this. Since it is owned by Marriott, it's not a sister property of the Courtyard next door. So you cannot go over to use the water park next door at the Courtyard. So just be prepared for that. All right, and then right here, we have a McDonald's right here in front of the Fairfield on the other side. So as I'm walking here, I just want to point out, we've been walking the monorail track, but on the opposite side of the street. And so when you're walking, sometimes you'll get to see the monorail go past, all that kind of stuff. Now, I am walking a little slow today so that you can actually see all of the hotels and dining options that are here on Harbor Boulevard. But from Howard Johnson, it's about a 7 to 10 minute walk, maybe 12 minutes because of the lights. And the same from the other side. So everything in here, and that's with your kids, guys. I don't time things based on adults only. I time them on the pace I would walk with my kids. So that means that you could walk to and from your hotel in less time than it will take you to wait in the line to get on the shuttles to get to the Toy Story lot, or to take the wait in line, get on the tram, and go to the parking garage on the other side. Now, after that McDonald's, we have the Camelot. So the Camelot is an older property, but it does have refreshed rooms. What I like about the Camelot is some of these rooms are huge. I have a reel I'll link down in the description that I did of one of their family suites, which had so much space. The only bummer with it is it's missing a second bathroom. I mean, I can't say much. There are other hotels that will have 2 bedrooms and only 1 bathroom. But with the amount of space those rooms had, you would have expected that they would have a second bathroom in them. I had to pause because I ran into some friends from the Hojo just now that are walking back over there. But let's turn this around and keep on our little tour. Okay, so after the Camelot, you're gonna come to the Tropicana Inn and Suites. Now this one is super close to Disneyland. That right there is the crosswalk to Disneyland. It looks farther because I'm using a wide angle lens, but it's really close, guys. So with this hotel, you have some refreshed rooms. It is motel style with the parking right next to the hotel rooms, all of that kind of stuff. But it's super close. And one thing I like about this hotel is just that it has a coffee or the Cove on Harbor right here, and it's really affordable. Now, my downside to this hotel is that the swimming pool is in the middle. The swimming pool is in the middle of the parking lot, which I hate. Now, some hotels, a lot of the hotels in this area do have that, because that's just the hand they were dealt, right? Some of these are really old buildings that they've renovated or things like that. And so there's just some things they couldn't help. However, a lot of them do a really good job of making it not feel like you're in the parking lot, right? Either by greenery around the swimming pool area or by walls, things like that. That's where the Tropicana kind of does not, that's where the Tropicana is lacking, is that it doesn't have any way to make it so that you don't feel like you're on display for everyone in the parking lot to see, in my opinion. Other people may feel differently. There's a really loud bird right here. He wants some attention. There it went. Went to the other do not enter sign. There he is. See if he stays. There he is. All right. So the next hotel that I am walking past right here is the Best Western Plus Park Place Inn and Mini Suites. Now, there are two Best Westerns right here. This is the, I will say, the more refreshed of the two. This is the one that is right at the crosswalk to Disneyland. So here we are. This is the crosswalk to go across their entrance, and then the crosswalk to Disneyland. We are right here at the crosswalk. The rooms have been refreshed. They were actually very nice compared to what I have heard. So I actually didn't mind them. The beds were okay, comfortable when my friend stayed there. My friend is Jessica from the happiest blog on earth, and also my co-host for Castle Talk Radio. So I trust her opinion. This does have a very small pool that is not super fancy, but it is not in the parking lot. It's in between some of the buildings. Now, the downside with this hotel, in my opinion, is the fact that because you are right here, a lot of times there are either vendors or protesters that will come to Disneyland because there's a lot of people, right? And so they want the attention on their cause. And so if they're doing it early in the morning, which some of them are, or late at night, then you can possibly hear it from your room. So that is the only downside to this hotel. Now, this Best Western does offer free breakfast for its guests. If I remember correctly, though, you have to come over to what's on the other side to get that free breakfast. And that is to Calica Mama's. I'm probably saying that wrong, but there you go. This is a restaurant right here. And then there's an IHOP there as well that you can eat at. And just like that, here I am, guys. I am at the crosswalk to Disneyland Resort. So that's how close it is. So I just walked across their little entry, and this is where you cross for Disneyland. So here's the IHOP. Then we have the Calica Mama's Cantina right there, which I've heard the food is delicious. That used to be Captain Kidd or something like that. And then after the closure, that went away. And now it is this Mexican restaurant that is supposedly really, really good. I have not eaten there yet, personally. Okay, so let me turn this back around. So this is the next hotel. I have not stayed here. I do not suggest staying here, just from my friends that have stayed here. They do not partner with my travel partner, and that always is a red flag for me, because there's a level that people have to meet to do that. But this is the Park you in. If you have stayed here, that's not saying it's awful, but for most people, this is going to be comparative to a Motel 6 somewhere, as far as the luxuriousness or lack thereof. But it does have a Cold Stone Creamery right here, so you can come and get your ice cream, whether you're staying here or not. You can get some Cold Stone. But yes, I personally this is not somewhere I would stay. So just be aware of that. Now, after that, we have the Anaheim Desert Inn and Suites. And I've toured this one, I think. but I don't remember much about it. I've had friends stay here. It is a place to stay that's close by if you just want a room that you know is not filthy. This is where you could stay. Again, we're still really close to that walkway at Disneyland. You can see it's right back here, kind of see, behind me. So we're really close. This would be like a 3-minute walk maybe to Disneyland Resort. Now, another hotel that's right here, they kind of share like the same entrance area, and that is the Del Sol Inn. And this used to be a favorite of some of my Run Disney friends when they would come before they got rid of the Disneyland Run Disney events for a while. They would stay here because it was just so close and it was so affordable. Now I've heard very mixed reviews about it, but that doesn't mean it's not the right place for you. It's just know that, again, you're looking at somewhere that's more like a Motel 6 type of location than something that's more luxurious. So now we are right by that, and there is a Denny's. So you have another restaurant option right here across the street from Disneyland. I will tell you that all of these restaurants that are right here, even though they are your chain restaurants, just like when you eat at the airport and the food's more expensive, they hike up the prices here as well. So I just want to show about where we're at on Harbor Boulevard. We've passed where the entrance is to Disneyland Resort from the harbor side. Over behind me, which you can't really see because there's a lot of shrubbery, is the Uber and Lyft drop-off area. So that's where we're at. We haven't reached even to Guardians of the Galaxy yet, but we'll turn this back around. And right here we have the Best Western plus Anaheim Inn. So this is another Best Western right here, very close to the parks that you could stay at. This is the one at 1630 South Harbor Boulevard. So this one is not as newly updated as the other ones. It does still offer a free breakfast. The rooms are fine, but again, they're not very updated. So I'm hoping they will update these soon because they are still pretty old. Look, like it's nice, and you can book these through my Partners of Gateway today. I believe I have some footage of their rooms, but not a full room tour of them available, but it is here. And like the other Best Western, it has an okay pool, very small, but it is at least not in the parking lot, right? That's the big thing for me. And then next door to them, we have Tony Roma's that you can go and you can eat at. So there's so many dining options right here on Harbor Boulevard that you can, if you're sick of the park food, you need something different, that you can come over here and get. Or maybe it's like, I know my kids will eat a certain thing. This might be somewhere that you could go that's a little bit nicer than just like McDonald's, but maybe, you know, they have something that they will eat, you know. Spaghetti's always good for kids, right? Now we're going to turn this back around. I'm trying not to do very many cuts in this video, but I also want to respect other people's privacy as they're walking past me. So you might get some weird angles here a little bit. As we come here, now this building is the Grand Legacy at the park, the front of that building, but it has shops and places you can eat here. There's a mochi donut cafe here, which is Korean corn dogs and donuts and all that kind of stuff. You have an Alpha Mart, which is just a little mart that you can go into. We have boba and pizza. And then you have DNR Mobility. So several of these hotels on this strip actually have some of the mobility scooter vendors inside of their lobbies or in the hotel area, so that if you need to rent a scooter, they can get them to you pretty easily. They do sell out though during busy times. So even though they're right here, you're going to have to do this, reserve these ahead of time. All right. So as we come over here, I wanted to point out that the Grand Legacy Hotel also has a rooftop bar. So this hotel has some updated rooms. They're beautiful. Those are the ones I would personally stay in. However, one thing to be aware is that the rooftop bar and restaurant oftentimes has live music. And so you might find that it is a little too loud for you. If you have kids that you're trying to get to bed earlier than like 11, you might find that to be an issue. It's more an issue for the closer rooms, but just be aware that you may be in a room that you can hear them from. Now, it is also motel style, kind of. Like it's motel style in that they all face the parking lot, there's a parking lot there, you know, all of that good stuff. But it doesn't quite feel motel style once you enter your room. The other thing to know about is it does have a pool area that is, one, it's zero entry, it's beautiful, and it is in the parking lot, but they are one of the ones that I said have done a very nice job with the greenery and just making it feel like it's not in the parking lot and that people aren't staring at you from their cars as they get in to go places or when they come back. So we love this hotel. It is also the last one before you have to cross the street again. So we have come all the way from Hojo and we are now back over right there is Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. So this is towards the back of California Adventure. You're going to see this empty lot right here, but this area ends where you don't have to cross the street other than the one to get across to Disneyland. So just like Howard Johnson was across the street the other way, this one is across Disney Way over here. And while some people say this is the farthest they consider walking, there are actually a few hotels right down here that are super close, still easy walking distance, 10 to 12 minutes maybe at most, that you might want to check out because they are more affordable because of this one little street you have to cross and the couple extra minutes that it takes you to get to Disneyland. All right, here we go. We are done crossing the street here, and I'm going to come up into this hotel's parking lot to give you guys a little bit of a view of the front of the hotel. Okay, I was letting some people pass so they wouldn't have their rear ends on video because I wouldn't want my rear end on a video. But this is the Anaheim Hotel. Right here is the Pizza Press. Now the Pizza Press is a pizza place, obviously, and it is available to anyone, whether you're staying at this hotel or not. And one thing I like about the Pizza Press is they have some great gluten and vegan options. So you can still get pizza that's pretty darn good here at this dining option. And it is attached to the lobby, but you can enter here if you are not staying at the hotel. Again, we're here. This is Harbor right here. If you can see it behind the trees, that is Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. We're heading towards the back of it. So we're still really close. You're gonna be able to hear those screams if you stand outside. A couple other things about this hotel is that it has an Olympic size swimming pool. I'm not even kidding, Olympic size regulation. And it's nice and big. And so there's plenty of room. I've never been in that pool and felt like it was super crowded. With that, they also sometimes during peak seasons and on the weekends of peak seasons will have live entertainment, like a DJ there playing music at the pool, and it's just like a huge party. Also, this hotel, as well as I believe the two Best Westerns, and I know Courtyard offers it, have electric vehicle charging. Now, the Courtyard, it is through them, the fees paid to them, but some of these, like at the Anaheim, they are the same ones you'd find around the city. So they're not a fee you're charging to the Anaheim Hotel. Another thing to know about the Anaheim Hotel is that it is very much motel style. They have several buildings. And when I say motel style, it's not that they're motel style as in the parking lot right there, but you do enter from the outside. It's an older building. There's 2 floors. On each floor, one side has a ramp and the other side has stairs. So you will be able to access it if you're in a scooter or a wheelchair or need to push a kid up in a stroller, or you want to wheel your luggage up instead of trying to pick it up to walk up the stairs. But it does not have elevators. So that can be a little hard if you're trying to maneuver all of the luggage and a stroller by yourself. So just be aware of that. We like this hotel. It's a great, I would say, budget-friendly option that is still within walking distance. All right, so we're coming up to the very last hotel that is going to be on this video. And what I want to tell you about this coming hotel is that it is the only hotel on this strip right here that offers free parking to all of its guests. Now, some of these hotels may have a special deal here and there with Getaway Today where you get free parking or reduced parking rates. But this coming hotel, they have it for everyone. They also have what we call blazing fast internet. So a lot of gamers, when they come for conventions in Anaheim, will stay at this hotel. It is a family-owned property. In fact, the current owner's father built this hotel from the ground up, and they still own this hotel in the family. Second generation. And let's turn around so you can see right here. It is the Castle Inn and Suites. Okay, I have toured this hotel recently. I do not remember if I have a room. I don't think I have a room tour up, but I will try and put some clips in here while we walk by and talk about it. Now first, this hotel is very budget friendly. It does have this beautiful stained glass. It's got a castle theme. It also has like a little coffee shop over here, I believe. I'm not sure if it's open right now. But in the past, it's always had a coffee shop there. It is, again, motel style. And again, their pool is, you can kind of see it. It's that building right there in the middle. It's up a level though, so you kind of feel like you're above the cars. The cars aren't going to be seeing you. Or maybe the pool part isn't. I don't remember. Okay. So also at this hotel, you are going to have a pool that's in the parking lot. It does have some shrubbery around it, and they do have some areas that are a little elevated, but you will have that happening. It is very much castle themed. They have gargoyles on the outside, and at night their eyes glow red. And the rooms are fairly large. What I will say is they are not updated. You are going to be looking at almost original stuff. The rooms, I hope they update them soon, but they are not updated. But the benefits of this place is the free parking, the blazing fast Wi-Fi, the fact that you are close to the park, you have large rooms. They even have a suite that is a king and two fulls, I want to say. And the fact that you can walk to the park, but it's going to be at a very great price. And you're also going to have that feeling of the fact that you are helping a family-owned business. This is not one of those big chain restaurants or not a boutique when owned by a chain that owns other properties. So you are literally working with the family that built this property when you stay here. And you can book this property as well through my partners at Getaway Today. So we've reached the end of the hotels that are here on Harbor Boulevard that I would consider walking hotels. If you have questions about any of these hotels, drop it down in the comments and I will come back and answer them for you as best as I can, or I'll direct you to someone that I know can answer it if I have no idea, the few that I said I've never stayed at. I do want to mention again that these hotels are all within a 12-minute, I'll say 12-minute, maybe 15 if you're letting little kids walk and not push them in a stroller. They're within 15 minutes of the park gates. And that makes it so that you can, go to the park and back without having to worry about getting on shuttles, getting on trams. And they're well lit. This pathway is well lit, especially on this side, day and night. And you're going to have a lot of people walking with you. So you should feel safe. Now, I can't say you will because everyone's comfort level is different, but I have never felt unsafe walking Harbor Boulevard. Now, when I do stay at the Courtyard or Hojo and I choose to walk on the other side at night, I do tend to FaceTime my husband if he's not here with me, if I'm alone, just for my comfort. But I've never been approached by anyone or had anything weird happen. It's just a me thing because I think I've told you guys I have anxiety, so I'm always kind of a worrywart. But Yeah, I love these hotels, the majority of them. I've stayed at the majority of them, and I think any of them would be a great option for your Disneyland vacation if you want to stay within walking distance. As I'm walking back down Harbor Boulevard to go back to my hotel, I just wanted to mention that while I've only shown you this strip of hotels, there are a lot more hotels that are walking distance. If you go down to the corner of Catella, you have the Desert Inn and Suites, right? That one's Desert Palm. I get those two confused all the time. You also have the Convention Center hotels. So you have the Residence in Anaheim. You have a convention center. You have the Spring Hill Suites Convention Center. And then behind Harbor Boulevard is Clementine and Manchester. That's that street we crossed from the Courtyard, or from the Hojo to the Courtyard. And that has a Hilton Inn, not a Hilton Inn, a Holiday Inn and Suites that's right behind Courtyard. There's also a Hilton Garden Inn and a Home 2 Suites that are right in that same spot area. And they're in the same building even. And then there is also an Element by Marriott and a Suncoast, which is a Hilton Tapestry property. So you have lots of options. If you'd like to see some of these other options, let me know down in the comments, and maybe next time I'm here, I'll show you the walk from those. Let me know if you like this style of videos, because I know that when I'm trying to plan, and when people in the Disneyland Kids Facebook group are trying to plan, they really want to know what the walk is. Now, I did walk it slow, like I said, but most people could walk from any of these hotels within 12 minutes with children in tow, as long as they're not like little toddlers.
Friends, are you wondering if there are hotels that are not on harbor, because those are a little spendy, that are still walking distance to park? There are, and today we're going to show you some of our favorites. Okay, I'm Becca, your theme park tip scout, and I'm here with my theme park bestie,
Tony.
All right, so here's the deal. Last time I walked all the Harbor Boulevard hotels, and I will link that video down in the description. And we're actually starting at the Courtyard because we're going to do a loop to show you the other hotels. So I had to show you where we're starting at the Courtyard so you would have a reference point. So we're going to go, there's the street in between the Courtyard and the Hojo. This is Manchester. It turns into Clementine. We're following it back around. There's a bunch of hotels there that are walking distance. So we're going to walk past the Courtyard, talk to you guys a little bit, and then we're going to show you these hotels. We're going to talk about some of the amenities and perks at those hotels for you guys so you can know if it's right for you. So the first 3 hotels we're going to come to, you would want to come the opposite way of what we're going right now and take from the Courtyard Hojo area, walk that way to get to the parks. And the other hotels, you'll see us, we're going to walk a strip that has nothing. And then we'll get to the other hotels, and then we will walk the way that you will walk to the parks from those 2. All of these hotels today are serviced by the Art, which you can get for $6 a day, have unlimited use that day. However, they're also walking distance. So forgive my voice. We've been doing a lot of recording, a lot of screaming on some rides.
But you will see me on my phone a little bit. That's because I'm taking notes, because I am not that familiar with these ones either. So I'm learning as we go as well. So.
Yeah. So, all right. Once we get past the Courtyard, I'm going to turn this around so that you can see, but I'm going to wait for some pedestrians to pass so that they're not on video. All right. So when you're coming from Hojo and Courtyard over here, you look down the road and you see a curve. This is where we're going. Literally, here's the back side of the Courtyard, and we come right around this curve, and we will come to our first hotel, which is going to be the Holiday Inn and Suites. You can see the building right here. Holiday Inn Express and Suites. Sorry, make sure I get that right. So this hotel can sleep up to 6 people in a room, which we love. has the mini fridge, all that good stuff. It offers a free full hot breakfast. So that is good, right? Like we love a free hot breakfast. All right, I gotta get my notes out. Make sure I tell you guys the right stuff, but we'll stop when we get right in front of it. So you can see this maybe adds 1.5 minutes to your walk if you're coming from the Courtyard. Okay, home 2 suites. And I'm pulling up my list, guys. Sorry, it'll take me a minute because I'm not that talented at using. Okay, the room 66, I talked about free hot breakfast. The other thing to know is that the parking here is $40 per night. So it is a little spendy, but that's pretty average actually for hotels in this area. It's a little bit older. What?
That's why I was.
It's Holiday Inn Express and Suites, guys. I misspeak. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Tony just like freebie paused. She's like, you're saying the wrong name. Okay. I did say the right one over there because I read the sign. But the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the parking is $40 per night, but that is pretty standard for this area. So I know a lot of people get thrown off by the high parking rates, but it's normal around Disney. It helps keep people that aren't staying with them from parking there. Okay. Next up, this is kind of an interesting one because it is 2 hotels in the same building. They're both Hilton properties, and I'm going to walk into their parking lot here to show you a little bit more.
Okay.
So this right here is the Home 2 Suites by Hilton, and that is located on this right-hand side over here. And the left-hand side, they don't have the sign on this side, it's on the outside, is the Hilton Garden Inn. This is a fairly new property, I would say, since the reopening after the closure. But the 2 properties have very different offerings. So Home 2 Suites is like an extended stay with a kitchen area, sleeps up to 6. It comes with a free full breakfast for its guests. Now, what I will say about their kitchen area, there's no built-in stovetop or range. You have to get one, like one of those portable ones brought up from the downstairs, but it does have all your dishes and stuff and a mini fridge in it. I don't even remember if it has a microwave in it. I'm going to have to go back and check my notes. But that's what that hotel gets. The Hilton Garden Inn gets no free breakfast, and it just has standard rooms to sleep for. So Home 2 Suites can sleep up to 6. Hilton Garden Inn sleeps up to 4. Both of them have $40 per night parking, but I do believe it is all valet parking. So just be aware of that there are different hotels with different menus. There is an on-site restaurant, cafe type thing that you can like utilize for your breakfast here if you're at the Hilton Garden Inn, but only the Home 2 Suites gets a free full breakfast. So just be aware of that. A lot of people get confused when they stay places and something like that is happening, where one side of the hotel or like certain room types get certain perks and it's not there for everyone. So I just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. Okay, so we are continuing down. I'm going to show you that you get up here. Hold on. We're right next to the freeway, so we apologize for any excess noise, but let's turn this around.
Right.
So we're walking past these hotels. That little, I don't think you can see it yet. We're not far enough. But up here, there is a little wall. And that kind of ends where these hotels are. Then we go into some business and like college stuff for like half a block. And then we get to the other hotels. So these 3 hotels are the ones that you are going to want to use the walking from the Hojo and Courtyard area to do. So turn this back around because there's someone coming. Oh, thank you. All right. But if you're like trying to figure out where you're going and walking through these, this is kind of cute that they have this. They will let you know. Nope, turn around. You're going the wrong way. All right, so we're going to continue on. So one of the benefits of these hotels back here, and this is going to get a little iffy because guess what, guys? There's no sidewalk for part of this. I forgot to tell you that. Just as we go past the college or whatever this is. So we have to walk single file so that we don't get hit. Okay. So as we're walking, what I want to talk about is the what? Oh gosh, now I got a rock. Hold on. Walked this a million times, so I'm used to it. Tony seemed a little nervous. I noticed there's a little bit where we can walk up away from. We will have to get back down though, because that ends. So Tony's not as adventurous as I am, apparently. So much for being always adventure bound.
Hey, I'm doing the tightrope.
We are walking a tightrope here.
I think mine's a little more adventurous.
All right, but we have to get down here now because we are out. But we're almost back to the sidewalk. Whew. I really do apologize for my voice, guys. I know some people have a hard time listening to raspy voices, but I have to get this video for you guys. All right. So like I said, those ones are all going to walk the other way. We'll show you the path to get to the parks from the other hotels. But with that, I just want to remind you that what was I saying before we had to stop? Oh, these hotels, they're off of Harbor, just off Harbor. Shout out to our friends just off Harbor. They are great because they cost a little less and you're still walking distance. And actually, all of the hotels, except for one that we're showing, well, two, I guess, because Holiday Inn Express and Suites, are really new. So, like the Hiltons were new. The next two we're coming up to are new. We're back on a sidewalk, by the way, guys. It's literally just around this one building. There's no sidewalk. And of course, the best way to book these hotels is through Getaway Today, our partners. And you can do so by using the link in our bio or by calling 855-GETAWAY.
382929.
855-438.
You said, I thought you said it just now.
I said 855-GETAWAY or...
Oh, gosh darn it. I thought you were
like what you already said, Getaway.
I thought you were leading me in, but you did the 855 Getaway. And I was thinking you were doing the 855, so I just said the 43829. I'll get it.
Okay.
I will get it.
Okay, but here's the deal. If you call in, just make sure you tell them the Theme Park Tips Gal sent you, because that's how you're going to get our special rates and discounts that we might have available for you at whatever time you're booking. Okay. So these hotels we showed you, they didn't have, hold on, I got to take a break. You got to take over for a minute.
Okay.
My goodness. You got to talk about something.
No. Well, I'm learning as we go too, because it's like I've seen these hotels and I know about them, but understanding where exactly they are, this is really helpful for me, because now I can kind of get an idea of the ones that are close to Courtyard, that are close to Hojo, but maybe a little hidden. Mm-hmm. So this is fun. I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah. In fact, I called the three we just did the honorary Harbor Boulevard hotels a lot of times. One thing I was thinking about is I did mention how we're by the freeway. I just want to say we're not walking on the freeway. There's this small street on the other side of the freeway. So wanted to point that out. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay. So one thing we are doing right now, we are actually coming up to the cast parking lot for Disneyland, where we'll have some shuttles maybe coming in and out. And you can see, oh, here comes the art. You can see the art does circle this, service this area. So that's good. But there's going to be a four-way stop, I believe. And I just want to say, please, don't assume that because it's a four-way stop, they're going to stop for pedestrians. Because, yeah, I feel like I actually feel like the Uber drivers are the worst. Uber and Lyft drivers are the worst about it. But yeah, we're coming up to the four-way stop and yeah. So we're almost to our next hotel, so I can turn this back around. Okay. This is the next hotel we're talking about, and it is the Element, which is by Westin, which means it is part of the Marriott brand. So, give me a moment to pull up my list again. So the Element is an extended stay type location as well. It has stovetops in the room, but no oven. The max occupancy for the largest room that you can book through our Partners at Getaway is 8. They have a free full breakfast, guys, and let me tell you, this breakfast is actually a really good breakfast. It's one of the best breakfasts out there that I've seen for free breakfast. Additionally, they do an evening reception certain days of the week with some wines and I think water and a few other things. An artisan eatery eats, I guess. So that would be like cheeses and breads and crackers and things. So just
Fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy. But let me turn this back around. Here's a really cool thing they do. They have bikes that you can borrow. 2 bikes per room, and you get a helmet with it and a lock and a squall bag for your stuff.
That's cool.
And you can take it, you can ride it to Disneyland Resort and walk them up with that bike rack and ride it back, or you can ride around Anaheim a little bit and do some stuff. So that is something that is very unique to this hotel. I love that. That's really cool. Element is very much focused on healthy lifestyles, healthy living. So this is what I will say. The breakfast, if you have picky children and they aren't into egg whites and this kind of thing, it's going to be hard. So it's a lot of, they do have full scrambled eggs, I believe, too. But they do a lot of egg whites, a lot of the healthier stuff. So, we got a cast shuttle coming behind us. We're going to cross this way. So we're on the same side of the street as these hotels. See, made sure they weren't going to run us over as we crossed the 4-way stop. Now, the art does pick up in between this and the next hotel, and you can catch that to go to Disneyland, or you can walk. I prefer to walk from these hotels. I will admit, though, there have been a couple times where I've had really long days and I take a ride share. But I don't like to do the art here because it drops you. Let me turn around. It drops you right up where you can see that that little thing, I guess, that little pull-in area. For the Element, you have to walk all the way around this building and come around like this to get to the entrance.
Oh.
And then the other hotel, you have to backtrack. So I just don't like it. I don't know. I'd rather be dropped off at the door because I'm a lazy person like that, I guess. Okay, back to the Element. Another thing to know is they have a saltwater pool.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool, unless you're not expecting it in the taste on your lips. So they have a saltwater pool. They do not have a hot tub. Okay, so that's important to know. All right. So as we walk, we're coming up to my personal favorite off-harbor hotel. And I do have a full tour of this hotel in the room up, and I will link that for you guys up in the card above. But it is the Suncoast Park Hotel. It's a fairly new hotel. I want to say 20, 2016. That's a guess, guys. But it wasn't the Suncoast in 2016. It was a Country Inn and Suites. And I stayed when it was the Country Inn and Suites. And it was beautiful then. And then just before the closure, or maybe not just before, I guess it was 2018, it was purchased and remodeled. And I'm like, what are you remodeling? We didn't know they were changing the name at the time. And it had been purchased by a different brand. But it became the Suncoast, which is a Tapestry hotel by Hilton. So give me a minute. We're going to walk because we want to get where you can actually see stuff. Let me turn this around. And there's people that are coming the other way. We're actually going to walk up to this hotel to show you a little bit. Because I love this hotel so much. And you don't really get a good look at it from the street. So we are getting up. They have this ivy wall because that's where the swimming pool is. Nice. They have a huge swimming pool. And that swimming pool has a view for the fireworks, which is kind of cool. Also, at the end of each hallway on each floor, there's a huge viewing area, like window, you can see the fireworks from.
Nice.
And they also have some firework view rooms. So let me grab my little thing here, and I got to show you one of the coolest things. I'm going to do it without showing people, hopefully. And can you see it over there? Yeah, right there. Right there. That VW bus is so cool.
Cute.
So fun. Okay, so this hotel has some cute vibes. So there are some perks when you book this hotel through our partners at Getaway Today. So first off, max occupancy in a room that you can book through our partners is 4. If you book through our partners at Getaway Today using the link below or calling the phone number and mentioning us, you also get free parking, which is a $40 per night savings.
Wow, that's huge.
Yes. They also have a 4th night free deal available subject to availability.
Nice. Which
is awesome. And it scrolled. Let's see. Oh, so free breakfast. Now, I'm a little confused on this one because this used to be for everyone. Then they got rid of their free full breakfast. And then Getaway Today has their people get 4 breakfast tickets for each day. And they get free breakfast. But now on the site, it just says free full breakfast. So I don't know if that is a Getaway Today perk or if they now currently offer free full breakfast for all guests again. So I just want to be clear about that. It may be a Getaway Today perk. It may not. Okay. So just be aware. They do have a little restaurant area in there that serves some good foods. They have a cute little market. The rooms are beautiful. I love them. They have a mini fridge, a good size mini fridge, that is. And a microwave in the rooms as well. So we're going to head back to the street. You're going to get to see one more hotel, but we're not going to go over to it. We're just going to show it to you, Kitty Corner. And then we will show you the walk to Disneyland.
I was supposed to stay at the Suncoast in May of this year with my husband, and I was so excited about it, but we wound up canceling just because we had too many things going on. I was so bummed because I think this is the cutest hotel.
I love this hotel. They also have a great staff too. Just an amazing staff.
That's awesome.
So if I'm not staying at Courtyard, a lot of times I'm staying here. All right. So what we're doing, let me turn this around to show you, is we are walking back towards, same way we were walking when we came up to the hotel. And this street intersection we're coming up to is Disney Way. So right there, you're heading to Disney from it. But we're going to stop before we go. We're going to cross the first street, I think, depending on if we get there at the right time. And then we'll show you the other hotel because you get a better view from that corner over there. But it's actually across Disney Way. So it's up right here, but you can't really see it. Well, maybe you can.
This is where all the races take place and line up and do all the things. It's this area.
Oh, the Run Disney races.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're interested in a Disneyland Run Disney race, too bad. The ones that have already sold out are the last ones for a while because they are expanding and doing some stuff for a new entrance area. Okay, I guess we're going to tell you about this hotel from here because we missed the light. So across the street, you really can't see it because it's going to look like apartment buildings, but we'll turn and we'll talk about it ourselves. I'll go ahead and hit that so that when it is the Clementine Hotel and Suites. It is a Residence Inn style, but it looks more like apartments because I think at one point it was apartments. Then it became Residence Inn, and then it became this Clementine Hotel Inn and Suites. The max occupancy for the biggest room is 8. It does have free full breakfast. It does have a free, or not free, a full kitchen. Like this is like real apartment style, okay? And for our getaway today guests that book through our link or by calling the number and mentioning us, you also get free parking, which is a $15 per night savings, 1 car per room. So if you are bringing 2 cars, the second car has to pay, but the first car doesn't. Okay? And I don't know if 15 is also the rate for the second car because some places like that, the first car is the cheaper rate, the second car is more expensive. So just be aware. Okay, so we just crossed what is now Clementine, but it turned into Manchester. It was just like a loop, literally. And we're going to show you the walk back to Disney or to get to Disneyland. And then we will show you some of the things along the way that you might be interested in. And you're going to start seeing things that look familiar as well. So literally from this corner, it is a straight shot down to Harbor Boulevard. You're going to see a lot of art buses going by. Oh, there's the Candy Cane Inn trolley. Lots of great stuff. Now, I love these hotels. I think it's a great walk. However, I will say at night, it does not have the best lighting. So I want you to know that and to be aware. The other thing to know is, sorry, I had to get a drink, is across the street from across Disney Way is the Garden Walk, which is an outdoor shopping center. And like, there's lots of stuff. Movie theater, I think there's a bowling alley. There's lots of stuff there, right? There's also nightclubs there. And sometimes the nightlife can get a little interesting. And so I never walk on the other side of the street. Even if I were to stay at Clementine, I would walk on this side. Even though the other side, I think, has a little bit better lighting because I have seen a lot of really drunk people doing really dumb stuff over there. So that's just, and it's not all the time, but you know, it's just.
Sure, especially on the weekend time.
Especially on the weekends. Yeah, during the week, it's probably okay. Maybe not so much in the summer, but yeah. So just, if you're coming back before like it gets dark, you'll be fine. But just be aware. All right, so as you can see, we have where it says theme parks forward. Garden Walk is across from us. Let's see, there's House of Blues there, I can tell you right now. Yeah, they do have bowling. It's on their sign, but there it is. You can see it.
Bolero.
Yeah. I think there's an escape room there. There's an AMC theater. Also, just so you guys know, if you end up staying at the JW Marriott, which is very fancy and expensive, you walk through the Garden Walk to get to your hotel as a shortcut if you don't want to pay for the art and stuff. And that also was kind of interesting with all of the nightlight. All right, I don't know how well it shows up on this with the wide angle lens, but we are seeing back of Guardians of the Galaxy. Also, we are totally doing this today because we're blocked from the parks with our key today. Tony flies home later today. I'm staying for a few more days, but I was like, okay, she's still flying out at 4. What can we get done? And I thought we can do this walking tour. So as we're walking, there is a crosswalk that goes over a Garden Walk. Here's a little secret. A lot of people share is, especially locals. This is more a local, or if you're driving from like Buena Park or a little farther away. instead of parking at Disneyland, a lot of people park at the Garden Walk. It is allowed to park there and go over to Disneyland. It's closer than the other parking lots if you're going to walk in. I think it's cheaper too. I think you save 10 to 15 bucks or something like that. You'll have to look all that up to be sure. But yeah, so people park there and then walk to Disneyland from Garden Walk parking garage. Open daily. I can't read it from here. Okay. Theme park
Hotel
guests.
Convention center, local business parking.
Those all get special rates. The special parking rates for those. So yeah, you get a special parking rate at that for it. We're gonna turn this back around. I want you to see exactly where we are. Sun's finally starting to come out. All right. So if you watched my Harbor Boulevard hotels, are they really walking distance? We're coming up to the hotels that I walked. They're on Harbor. This is Grand Legacy at the park, which I talked about. This is the back of it, though. The front's way up there. And then on the other side of the street, over here, these are the Anaheim Hotel buildings. So we're getting really close to Disneyland. And what we're going to do is once we're in front of the Grand Legacy, we're going to keep going down Harbor Boulevard. We're not going to cross the street, but you will get to see where the crosswalk is. And while I did cover all this in the Harbor Boulevard one, I will talk about the dining options that we are walking by so that you know what's nearby to go and get some food at. So while we're doing this, I want you guys to tell me what your favorite hotel in the Disneyland Resort area is. And so when I say Disneyland Resort area, it can be down in Garden Grove, it could be in Buena Park, it could be in Anaheim, just with that area that's kind of covered a little bit by the art, or like Buena Park Knott's is covered by the art, but almost every hotel there has free shuttles to Disneyland. So that's why I kind of count Buena Park. Yeah, let me know what your favorites are. All right, Tony.
Yes.
Of those hotels, other than the Suncoast, because we know that one, which one was most intriguing to you?
I've always been intrigued by the Element.
Okay.
That one is a bucket list for me.
Okay.
I love the idea of the healthy and all of that and the bikes, and I just think that's a really cool idea. So
yeah. I actually didn't. I mean, I knew they had bikes. I didn't know how it really worked until I was researching for this video to make sure I knew some of the perks of each of the hotel and unique things. Because I toured it, I've stayed there, and they say there's free bike rentals for guests, but I didn't know what it was, and they actually have 2 bikes per room.
That's really cool.
So that's pretty cool.
My husband and I would love doing something like that. We do that when we go on vacation a lot of times.
One thing I want to say about Suncoast is a very relaxing hotel. I love going to that one on a girls' trip, or I probably would as well with my spouse, maybe.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's relaxing for me though. When I go with my spouse, if we're doing the theme parks, we like to stay closer when it's just the 2 of us, and so that's kind of why I wouldn't go there with my husband, because he complains a lot when it's hot and he has to walk. Sorry for calling you out, hubby, but it's true. It has a large pool that's very calm and serene. And the deepest it gets, I believe, is maybe 4 feet.
Ah, nice.
So
even us shorties can still be at Sand
yes. And it's a 0 entry pool. I forgot to put that.
That's
so,
cool.
Where the water comes right up and laps over the edges and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it's really cool. I like it. It does have a hot tub. I don't think I said that, but it does. And they have we saw the games out there people were playing when I was showing the bus. Okay, turning this back around. Here's that Grand Legacy we talked about. Now, the Grand Legacy does have a rooftop restaurant and bar called the Fifth. The Fifth rooftop and restaurant and bar. And you can go and you can eat there, and they have deals. They also have, though, right out here in front. First, there's DNR Mobility, which is a scooter rental company. You have Boba and Pizza. The pink pig is Boba and Pizza.
Yeah.
Mama Katsu. They have Bento. Can you read it? Because it's hard for me to read and watch me. The neon sign of what they have. Mama Katsu.
You want me to read some
Read
of those
that
words?
list. Yes.
I cannot. I have no idea. I've never seen that word in my life. Musubi, bento, rolls. I can read.
It's
TTBOKBOKKI.
Tataki Baki rolls. I don't know. Sorry for
That's
for-
a word.
And then what's the next one? You gotta talk more.
Alpha Gift Mart.
Yeah, which I'm guessing is also their
Looks
gift
like-
shop.
Yeah, it looks like a gift shop.
And then
Someplace I have yet
Mochi.
to try, but everybody talks about it, is a mochi donut cafe.
yeah, so those are some options for you, dining wise.
I love the fish too, by the way. I love their food.
Yes. Now you gotta hold this so I can
Okay.
take a drink. We're just kind of aiming it at the stuff we're walking
Okay.
by. Tony's new to this, guys. I gotta give her some tips. All right. So next up, we come to a restaurant most of you probably know from other areas, and that is Tony Roma's. So it does like ribs, seafood, steaks, that kind of food. Let's scoot over. We're gonna walk single file so people can pass us. Have you ever eaten at Tony Roma's?
Yes, when they had it in Boise area.
Yeah. So what I like about that is sometimes people want to eat somewhere they're familiar with.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's great to try new food, and sometimes you just want to know you're gonna like
Very true.
what you're gonna eat. So I like when there are national chain restaurants mixed with like unique ones.
Yeah.
All right. So we're continuing on. Here's the Best Western. We're not going to talk about these hotels because I go into detail on them in the other video. Sorry, guys, just popped my mic. But next up is Denny's. Everyone
Good
knows
old
what Denny's is. It's open 24 hours. Now, what I'm going to say, there's a Denny's, and a little bit farther down, there's an IHOP. These are the most, all these restaurants, even though they're chain restaurants, are going to be the most expensive of these restaurants that you've ever seen outside for maybe in an airport, right? Like those prices are pretty darn high. So you want to show them over across the street.
Okay.
So here's Disneyland Resort. This is the Uber and Lyft drop-off area. I know it's kind of far away, hard to see, especially the wide-angle lens. Oh, we've got a preacher on the corner
Oh, boy.
today on the Disneyland side of the street. All right. So also right here, though, we're coming up, and there is a Cold Stone Creamery, another one that people know, nationally, recognized and like out there. So yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there's a preacher. That's what I do. So right here, we're coming up on, as well as an IHOP, we are coming up on the actual crosswalk to get to Disneyland. Right? Yeah. So you can see right here, and there's the Disneyland Resort sign. Don't run into the pole. Okay, now turn around this way.
Yeah.
There's the IHOP, like literally right across the street from Disneyland. All right, I can take it now. Sorry, guys, we're trying to avoid. It's still morning. There's still people showing up to the parks. We're trying not to get them on. Okay, this one people rave about. So this used to be Captain Kids, which is so glad. It's good it's gone. It was awful.
Really
But
good.
now it is Calica Mama's Cantina, and people rave about this.
I haven't even heard of it, so that's crazy. I mean, I see it, but I haven't heard people talk about it.
Yeah,
looks
people
really good.
rave
The
about
vibes
it.
are really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, oh look, on the back, you guys can't see it, but we can. There's a neon sign. It says, "Feed me tacos and tell me I'm pretty."
I love it.
Oh, that's cute.
Like they have for cocktail people, they have lots of unique cocktails. It looks like from the sign.
Yes, they do. All right, carry along. Oh, I hope our mic is drowning out the preacher because
I know. Yeah.
he's being mean. He's like, what did he just say?
Maybe Are You Right?
Oh,
Sign
okay.
says Are You Right?
It sounded like you said something about black and then Are
Yeah.
You white?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I heard that too.
like
but-
that you should be white. I was like, dude, get off Disney property. Go find yourself a hole to crawl into.
I'm being optimistic. I think he may have said the other, but his sign says Are You Right? So I'm going to go with that. Not good. That's not good.
Not sure at all. All right. So we just walked by Best Western. You know, I did this whole tour, but still just a good reminder to see what is here as far as restaurants. So now they have the Cove on Harbor. And this is like a market and restaurant. They sell ice cold water for $1.50, which is a lot less than you pay.
Wow.
At Disneyland. But it does take card only, I can see on the side. So just be aware of that. So yeah. So this is attached to the Tropicana. To let you know. So as we're walking, I just want to tell you what some of the parking rates are. The Tropicana does allow people to pay for parking here if they're not full. Tony, how much is the one-day parking before tax?
$44.50. Oh my.
And I'm not going to lie, I know that people complain about that $40 valet parking at the other hotels for guests. And they complain about like $50 valet parking at one of the nicer hotels here on Harbor. And it's like, guys, it's normal here. Like, literally, that's my thing. It is normal here. Unless it's a perk, like a special perk for certain groups or like through Getaway Today that offers free parking still is the Castle Inn and Suites, which is in my Harbor Hotel walk. It's the last one I went to in that direction. So right now we're also passing the Camelot Inn and Suites, and then we're going to come to another national chain restaurant. And I don't know what's going on outside this other one. I think there's a group.
Hopefully it's a group.
I think it's a teen group that's waiting. They're staying at a hotel here and they're waiting for everyone.
They're kind of
They're
blocking
taking up the whole sidewalk.
Oh my.
But, all right. Turn this back around. Thanks. McDonald's. This is a huge McDonald's. Like, it doesn't look huge, but you go inside, it's pretty big.
It goes back a long ways.
It does go back a long ways. What I will say is after the day at the parks, someone's smoking. Jeez. This drive-thru gets really backed up. So, to see that last a lot, because I actually told that huge group, there's a whole grass area they're not standing on. So I'm mean like that. I'll be like, you guys are blocking the entire sidewalk. Can you move?
It's the mom thing in us, I think.
It is. All right. Here's another restaurant. Panera.
And both of those you can order on the app if you're like walking over.
Yes, that's true. You can order on the app. What I like is to do, because Panera has Mountain Dew. So sometimes I'll join the free sip club for that free trial period. So I can come and grab Mountain Dews here. And then I cancel after. You know. Anyways.
Do what you got to do.
That's right. So this is where we're going to end it. I even went farther than we said. There is a Mimi's Cafe just a little bit farther. I do talk about that in the Harbor Hotels video. But now you know where those off-harbor hotel gems are. Again, my personal favorite is the Suncoast. I love that hotel. I have stayed at the Element. I like that one too. My friend Jessica stayed at Home 2 Suites and Hilton Garden a lot, and even the Holiday Inn Express and Suites a lot. The one I'm really wanting to try out, just because it fits larger families, is having that Residence Inn style within walking distance is that Clementine. And there is also the Residence Inn Convention Center that you could consider walking distance, but it is a lot more expensive. It is a lot newer too, but it is a lot more expensive. And we've stayed there before, right? You stayed with me at that one, didn't you?
Which one?
The Residence Inn Convention Center.
I think that's the one we stayed, right?
Yeah.
I do get confused as to where certain things are when we do these things. That's why I like this so much, because this helps me a lot. I have to see it in my brain.
When we stayed at that one,
Yeah.
It was hotel
Yes.
tours, I believe.
Yes.
And so we get picked up and taken to all the different hotels, and you're talking to the other people that are learning about the hotels and stuff. So it's, you don't really pay attention to where things are compared to where you're at.
Because even like I'll see them when I'm coming on in my Uber or Lyft or whatever from the airport, and I'll see them, but I still get turned around a little bit. So now I'm like, oh, that makes sense. This is clear.
Yeah. So anyways, we're back at our hotel. We hope you enjoyed this walking tour. Let us know if there's an area. Maybe we should do the Catella hotels next time, like Westin and all of those, to show you guys where they're at. Let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. Hey, besties, we're here at the Disneyland Resort, but we're not staying here. No, it's time for another hotel walking tour. And this time we're showing the hotels on Catella that say they are walking distance. I'm Becky, your theme park tips gal, here with my theme park bestie,
Tony.
And we are heading and we are walking and we are talking because everyone always wants to know if the Catella hotels are walkable. They claim they are walkable, and this is what I will say. The walk to the parks feels way different than the walk back to your hotel at night. So right now we are leaving Disneyland. We are at the Uber pickup for Disneyland, and we're gonna walk as the helicopter goes over us. We're gonna walk down, and once we get down farther, we'll turn this around. Right now there's just a lot of people coming. Don't want to put them on camera, but we'll turn around after we get past the Uber area and show you the walk, show you some of the things that are along the way. And these are the last hotels we have to cover in our walking distance, like real walking distance, not the ones that if you are willing to walk 20, 25 minutes. These are the last ones that I would say are a 15 to 20 minute walk at the most. So we're going to cover a few hotels in a few different budgets. We have a value hotel or budget hotel, whichever way you want to choose to name it. And then we have a lot of moderates. And the thing with moderates is they can be like here or here. We'll talk about them. And then we even have a 4 diamond hotel that we are going to be showing you as we walk by. And we will be talking about them. We'll also show you, of course, the places to eat, all that good stuff as we walk. Tony has all the information pulled up and ready so that we can share it with you. As always, as we walk past these hotels and talk about them, the majority of them you can book through our partners at Getaway Today. You can book with our partners at Getaway Today.
There you go.
By using the link down in the description. So be sure to use that link, or you can call them at 855-GETAWAY, which is
855-438-2929.
And just make sure if you do that, you tell them that Theme Park Tips Gal sent you, because that is how you get our discounts over the phone. All right, so we walked past the Uber area. Now we're walking this little pathway. So I'm going to turn this around for a minute. We're going to stop walking. I'm going to show you. So down there is the Uber area. Just past where these two people are walking, there is a split, and you can either go out to Harbor Boulevard and walk along it like these lovely people are, or you can take this path, which is the one I usually choose, less crowded, more shaded. So over there, that is the Grand Legacy. Now I do have a walking tour of the Harbor Boulevard hotels for you guys, where I walk the entire strip of Harbor Boulevard so you can see what's there and how many places there are to eat and how long approximately it takes, because of course I had to walk a little slow pointing everything out. So that is where we are at. We are coming up, and this path does up here turn back onto Harbor, and when we get there we'll be at Harbor and Disney Way. So Disney Way is where the Toy Story lot buses come out and enter. It's also an entrance for backstage on the Disney side of Harbor. On the other side of Harbor, it does go down. Eventually you can get on the freeway down there, but it is in between the Grand Legacy and the Anaheim Hotel, both of which are in my walking tour. But we're not crossing Harbor today.
we are going to stay on this side of harbor, and the light is, there's crosswalk going, so we're gonna book it while I cross. I'm just gonna tilt you guys this way so that I'm not putting people on camera. You can see there is Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Rode that last night. So much fun. That song I've only gotten, so we got Born to Be
I
Wild.
haven't had that in forever.
I've only had it when I've been with you. We've had it twice. So that's the only time I've had it. Okay, so just to get your bearings a little more, here is the Anaheim Hotel right here with the pizza press in it. And just here you just go by like backstage areas where we can see they are building one of the new Avengers campus rides. We can see the stuff up for it, some of the walls, if you look far enough. I love this side of harbor when walking because it has a lot more trees and shade, because it's lined with trees on both sides of the sidewalk nearly the entire way until you get to Catella. So it's pretty nice. I'm gonna turn this around to us while we walk and talk, because like I said, we're walking by backstage and where some of the parking is for the construction crew and stuff like that. So there's not really much to see on this part, but I want you to be able to judge how far the walk is, which is why I'm not just cutting it and getting to Catella, because that doesn't help you know how far the walk really is.
Exactly. And walking, seeing our pace that we're walking to, I think is helpful.
Yeah.
We're not walking in
We're not
my
walking
my
super
pace.
fast, which is Tony's pace.
I could show you, but
we're also not walking like a 3-year-old or a
No,
4-year-old, so
yeah.
push them in the stroller.
yes.
You're gonna want to. But yes, that's why you have to keep looking at us. So we're getting close because we have a sign over that says Convention Center parking right at Catella. So you know we're getting pretty close. I'd say we're about a third to a quarter of a mile from the light. Not too far. And we have passed the Anaheim Hotel on the other side, and we're getting to the Castle Inn and Suites. So like I said, you can check out that Harbor Boulevard Hotels walking tour. I will link it. And then, since this is the last walking distance hotels, I'm going to end up making a compilation here in a little bit, and I'll put that up as well, so you can watch all of the hotels that we talk about in one video, which I love to be able to do that and not have to go and try and find the videos, even if they're linked, you know, below or in a card. It's still kind of a little bit of a hassle in order to do that. Okay, we are almost to Catella, and we'll show you what's in that area. Now, Catella is still too far, in my opinion, to walk down to the Toy Story lot. I feel like, at least for the ones on Harbor and Catella, I should say. If you are going like down by like Manchester or Clementine, it's Clementine when it hits Catella, that is the ones that you're going to want to walk. That's like the Hampton Inn and Suites that we've stayed at.
Yes.
That's the area of the World Mark.
Yes, which is where I've stayed at for
a lot,
years.
because she's a member.
owners.
Yeah, they're owners. Okay, so I am going to show you the first hotel that we come to. This one is not, we're not to Catella yet, but it is a popular hotel. This one is Candy Cane Inn. Now, this one is not a hotel that you can get through Getaway Today, but I still want to share it because so many people love it. So the first thing about it, it is motel style, but it's a nicer motel style, and they do have security up here. Hold on just 1 minute, guys. We do have to pause. Sorry about that, guys. A helicopter was going by and it's making announcements. I think they're looking for a missing person that is nonverbal.
is what it sounds like. And the helicopter is helping look. So either a child that has wandered off or an adult that maybe has wandered off that is nonverbal. But anyways, back to the Candy Cane Inn. So the Candy Cane Inn is motel style, as you can tell. It is definitely walkable, but they do also offer, I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it, Tony. Well, that was really bad lighting. What do they offer? A free, a little trolley. It's the cutest little trolley
it is so cute.
ever. It is so cute. Now I will say, while the trolley is free, most likely it will take you longer than walking. And can you tell why from where we're at, Tony?
As far as
Why would it take longer for the trolley?
because you have to turn around to get onto the
Yes,
other road.
so there's a median. They can't just turn left onto the road and go down. They actually have to go out, turn right, do a
Yeah.
U-turn, wait for the lights, all that kind of stuff. But if you really just want to save your legs, sometimes you don't care.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, to save the steps, and it's cute. It's a
It
fun
is
little
really
ride.
cute. Yes. Now, I don't remember if this one offers free breakfast. I don't.
Yes.
Yes.
At least according to what the.
She's like, yes.
Yeah.
She's, yes, it does. Okay. Oh, yep, it's a child. Okay, it's going by again. We're going to pause. It is a child that is on the spectrum and nonverbal that is missing, 6 years old. That's sad. So as moms, we're over here like,
Yeah.
that hits our hearts. Our hearts, yeah. Okay, so to try and cheer up, so if we get a little every now and then, it's because of that. So right here across from us is the Wyndham that I have never stayed at. I have heard mixed reviews on it. However, it is one of these hotels, but in front of it is like a little strip mall, and it has a sunglass store, a souvenir store, which those might be together, Brewberry Cafe, has a liquor store. It does not have motorcycles. That's at the lights. Can't see what's in between there because it's covered by a tree. Let me walk a little farther and we'll see. Oh, and right behind us is the A Market, which is like a little convenience store. But, it has a Subway and something else, kitchen, and then a pizza place with a breakfast pizza. That's kind of fun. All right, so in addition to that, there's a 7-Eleven right here. Well, they stopped making the announcement, so maybe they're flying to a new area. I don't know. Or maybe, hopefully he was found.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not gonna cross the street right here, but I do have to turn this around to show you the hotel that is on the other side. The hotel kitty corner from where we're standing is the Hyatt House. It is an all suites, I think all suites property. It's a suites property. It does have rooms that sleep up to 6, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, what else you got on it?
Free full breakfast.
Nice.
Parking, there's no discount. It is $35.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. They do have art, and they have a Starbucks.
Yes, and what's right underneath it though, Tony? Walgreens. That's right, Walgreens is right underneath it. All right, so as we round the corner, we're gonna stay with the one that is across Catella first. And what is this hotel, can you see?
Spring Hill Suites.
It is the Spring Hill Suites by Marriott. And at the bottom, what does it have here?
CVS.
It has a CVS. So you have a Walgreens and a CVS right here, guys. So this Spring Hill Suites is super cute. I have toured it, have not stayed at it. So Tony, these have rooms that sleep up to how many?
Up to 7.
Yes, because it has like bunk beds and a sofa and then a bed for the
Yeah, they
adults.
have like 3 room types. They've
Yes,
got one that
they-
sleeps 4, one that sleeps 6, and one that sleeps 7.
And when we say 3 room types, these are the ones you can book through our partners at Getaway
Yes.
Today because they get the best deals. Like honestly, guys, I know they get the best deals because I've heard from a lot of the hotels in the area that they get lower rates than they're even able to offer other wholesalers. So has free breakfast. We said that.
Free full breakfast.
Free full breakfast. It does have mini fridge and microwave in the rooms. If you have stayed at a Spring Hill Suites, they have the common layout. So we just recently stayed at Spring Hill Suites in Burbank. So if you want to see what a typical Spring Hill Suites layout is, it's there. That does not show you the layout of the kids suite that this one has. Do they have any perks for Getaway Today?
They
Yes?
do. Parking's $25 after you get a $15 discount. So
Okay.
normally $40.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Anything else that they did?
Not that I have.
Okay.
The art's available as well here.
Okay. So also underneath it, and I actually think it might be part of it, is there's a coffee place right down there.
The coffee bean and tea.
Yeah, the coffee bean and tea. Now, this has, and you can't, if you look up over here, there's screening and stuff, like you can see at the top. It has a rooftop pool with a view into the Disneyland area, which is pretty cool. Let me turn this around. So you can come out there and view the fireworks at night and see that. And because of some zoning things, they know nobody can build taller than where they're at. I guess, so this is a story I was told during one of the tours. I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm gonna believe it, is that when they were building this and deciding how tall it could be, you have to have someone stand on Main Street at a certain point, and if they can see the building from Main Street, it's too tall.
Wow.
That's crazy that
Yeah.
that's kind of like a rule.
I'm
So
assuming they use binoculars or something.
I think it's a survey. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a survey mark that can mark the sight line, or I don't know. If any of you do surveying or know someone that does, figure this out for us, okay? All right, so we're going to actually come back to the side of the street we are on now. And this is one that I have not stayed at, and I avoided it forever. And then I did a hotel tour of it. I'll link that tour below because it actually kind of changed my mind. And I even admit that I was probably wrong about this hotel. So, Tony, tell us the hotel.
All right. It is the Desert Palms Hotels and Suites.
Uh-huh.
And as far as what they have standard. There's 2 queen standard, sleeps 4.
Mm-hmm.
They have a king suite or a 2 queen suite with full kitchen. Both of those sleep 6.
Yes.
They have free full breakfast.
Yep.
And then their parking is $16 after a $16 discount, so it's half off.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they do have an in-house restaurant.
Yes, and it's super cute. In fact, it's called the Oasis, and we can go look at it really quick. One thing I want to say is, even with the room types she mentioned, there's so many different layouts, because I felt like we went into a million different room types, and we only go into the room types that are available through Getaway Today when I do these tours. And so let me just kind of show you this lobby here. Oh, it's not open yet because it's open at certain times. So this is the lobby. Okay. And the thing is like, guys, I'm not going to lie. The outside's dated, the rooms are dated.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great. Like, I would still stay here. It's not to the point where I'm like, I would. And my expectations have gotten pretty high. They do have a market here that has lots of things you can purchase, and it is scan and go, wherever that is.
Right
Now,
here.
there is something that is missing that I saw here last time I was here, and I'm actually really sad unless they just moved it. When I did my tour,
No Mountain Dew?
no.
Oh, okay.
I only expect Mountain Dew. Ooh, I like that smart water.
look at that. That's
bottle.
fancy.
Okay. When I was here, and maybe it's just moved to a different spot, is they had chargers. So they had a charger tower with these big bricks
Oh, wow.
that you could rent. But I'm not seeing that anymore, unless it has been moved elsewhere. So, oh wait, yeah, is this it? This is it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
found it.
Mhm.
Hey, they do still have it. It's over in the corner of the lobby. And I just think this is the smartest thing a hotel can do. And look,
Wow, that's really cool.
it's $5 to rent. And they're good size ones, guys. They're not,
Nice. Yeah, they give an example right there.
yeah.
Huh.
It says, yeah. And it's $5 to rent for up to 20 hours. So basically the full day. So I think that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this hotel, one of the other things I was going to say is their bunk beds are doubles. They're not twin size.
Really?
Yeah, so that's how some of them can sleep 6.
That makes sense. Wow, that's really
It's
cool.
because of that. Hold on, I gotta get a drink. It is warm out.
Yeah. When we were standing right there, we were getting kind of.
Yeah, that's why I was like, let's get rid of it. But thanks for bearing with us. All right, so just a reminder, like we're showing you how long this walk is, but again, we're gonna pause, we're gonna go in places, all that kind of stuff. I feel like she's hiding because she's like over here behind me. It's like, I don't want to be on camera with you anymore.
Well, I usually try and stay on your right side a lot of times.
Yeah,
and so, yeah.
It's kind of been changing lately. We're mixing it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to turn this around. Again, on the other side of the street, we are going to show you. And I really feel like maybe we should have been on that side of the street, but the problem is all of these are so tall that if we were walking them, these ones is on this strip, we wouldn't be able to show you them because they're such big buildings and we'd be so close to them. So what is this next one that is here?
It's the Residence Inn by Marriott.
Yes. Tony, we've stayed here
Yes.
together.
We have.
Yes. So this one is an extended stay type hotel. We stayed in a 2-queen, 1-bedroom suite when we stayed here. They have the full kitchen, all of that. They do offer a full free breakfast. Now, this is one that has a little bit darker interior, specifically in the lobby. But then as you get up, the rooms were nice and bright. I will say that. And it also has something that says Star Wars on it. Oh, it's a screen. That's okay. I'm like, it says Star Wars.
Now it's Mickey.
Okay, they have the full kitchen. I can't remember if their full kitchen has ovens or not, but it is a full, like at least a range. So what are do we have any free extra perks for our getaway today?
Parking's $25 instead of $40.
That's good.
Other than that, that's all I have.
Okay.
You already said the free full breakfast. So.
Yeah, and sometimes they have free nights, but just not right now because you guess what, guys? These ones don't get as many free nights because they are convention center hotels. They work for Disneyland, but they are also really close to the convention center, which makes it hard. Now, this one does also have a rooftop pool, but it is rooftop on like the 4th floor or 2nd floor or something like that. And it's on the opposite side, so there's no theme park views there. Another thing to know when you stay at Residence Inns is that they are able to get, they do grocery delivery. The delivery part is free. You just pay for the groceries. And just always ask them how to do it. You can call them after you've booked or whatever to figure out exactly how each one does it. They do have a 2-bedroom kids suite and it's super, super cute, where the kids' room has 2 twins in it. They're not bunk beds. They're like done in an L shape and has their own bathroom. And then the other room has their own bathroom. So what's the max number of people that can sleep, Tony?
6.
Okay. Because it also has a pull-out sofa.
Yeah, it has a sofa bed. So 2-queen sofa bed, sleep 6.
All right. So we're going to show you this. I have never known anyone to stay here.
I didn't even know this was here.
This is the Alpine Inn. Like, honestly, I forget about it all the time that it even exists.
It's really small.
It's very small, looks cute, but I just haven't stayed here, so I cannot attest to anything about it. I mean, you go and it's like immediately.
Oh, I see.
Like,
it's kind of hidden back there behind the
stuff, but it's a small motel.
Yeah.
They did not partner with Getaway Today. So one thing I'll say, we always talk about how Getaway Today has this minimum standard for their hotels. Just because a hotel does not partner with them doesn't mean they don't meet those standards. Their hotels, like Candy Cane Inn, is a small, I think it's family owned, boutique hotel. And so sometimes they just don't have that ability to partner with places, right? So don't think that just because someone doesn't work with them means they're a bad hotel. They're not. Okay, so across the street from us, this is the Anaheim Convention Center.
The convention center in Anaheim is huge.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that.
Yeah. Okay. Also, can I just show you, why isn't this an entrance anymore? Like, this should be an entrance to Disneyland. Don't you think?
Yeah, it would make sense.
Yeah, I know. Tony's making sure I stay where I should because there was someone behind me. So, I think it was an entrance that came out on Pixar Pier at one point. I
Trying to
feel
figure out
like.
what that is right there. That we're seeing the back of.
That's a good question. Shouldn't be Cars Land. We're too far. No, I think it is Cars Land. It's got the formations of a Cars Land.
Huh.
I think that's behind Radiator Springs Racers, the part where you do the curve, the big curve turn.
Okay.
Because those look like fenders.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, back to the convention center. It's huge. You can access it from points here by foot. You can access it over on Harbor. And you can access it over on Disneyland Drive. That's how big, I mean, it's like a full block itself. It's nestled behind some of the hotels that border. So it's just not as visible. But it's huge, guys.
Yes, I definitely have gotten lost in there.
Yes. So this is where they hold the big D23 Expo that happens every other year. It is happening in 2026. So if you are staying here, these hotels we're showing you, or if you're coming to that, these hotels that we are showing you right now are great hotels for that, but you need to book them
Early, for sure.
Okay, we'll say that again because someone was mad. You need to book them early. Like, if this video's gone live, you need to have booked yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not, but you do need to book very soon, very quickly. It's the August 14th through 16th, I think. That's my guess.
Okay.
Tony,
Would you like me to look it up?
fact
Okay.
check me, please. All right, so again, we have like this other strip down here where there is not much, right? We have a bus stop we're going by and the convention center. But as far as hotels and dining right now, you're not going to see a lot. But
Look
we're
at
getting
you.
there. What?
Spot on.
Ah, it is the 4216. For someone that swears she'll never attend,
Yeah,
the fact that I know the dates.
that's pretty good.
You want to know why, though, I know the dates? I think I looked it up recently because...
Because you were thinking about going?
No.
I have gone
Tony has gone.
by myself.
I wanted to see what it was because I was thinking about how, so they have the California ticket offer coming out for the spring in 2026, and it always ends before they kick off the summer. So this year they kicked off summer like mid-May.
Mhm.
So the ticket actually ended like May 14th, 13th or 12th or something. This time it goes until the Friday before Memorial Day, which is when it usually does.
Okay,
So they're not going to
okay.
kick off or the Thursday before Memorial Day or something like that. So they will not kick off the official summer celebration most likely until Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, 2 years ago when they did D23, they had that special Oogie Boogie Bash night that was
Mhm.
only for D23 attendees, or maybe that was 4 years ago. I don't remember. But it was there. So I was like, I want to see when they're having D23 because that is probably the same time we're going to start. And it might let us know if the Oogie Boogie Bashes are going to start even earlier.
That makes sense.
So that's why I was looking at it. But, that's how my brain works, guys. I just start thinking about these little random things. All right, over across the street, we are coming up to the Four Diamond Hotel. Okay, so let me go back, actually. Desert Palms is a low moderate, according to Getaway Today's website, or what they've told us. The Spring Hill, the Hyatt House, and the Residence Inn, those are high moderates. Okay? This is the Westin. If you've ever stayed at a Westin, you know this
Yes.
is like luxury.
Yes.
And the Westin is one of 5
4 diamond hotels in the Disneyland Resort area. Do you know what the other ones are?
JW.
JW Marriott.
Other than that, I can't think. Is that the Disney ones?
There's 2 that are Disney ones.
So Grand California and the Disneyland Hotel.
Yep.
Okay.
And you'll not guess the last
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
You won't. It's the Viv.
Oh, really?
The Viv. When it came, it was Radisson Blue.
Okay. Yes.
It always stayed Radisson Blue for about, I think, 9 months before it was bought out by Marriott and became the Viv. And yeah, but it's 4 diamonds.
Wow.
I personally feel it is I'm not comparing it to the Disneyland ones, but if you are really looking for 4 diamond, you're looking for Westin,
Yes.
or you're looking for JW Marriott. But I don't think that those are as family friendly as the Viv. Even though the Viv's far away, it's not walking distance. The art does come right up to the door at the Viv, though, which is kind of nice.
That's nice.
Okay, so with the Westin here, there are a lot of little dining locations out here along the front of it, and inside of it, it has restaurants. One of the ones I've eaten at is Fleming's Steakhouse is out here. There is, I can't see, I think it's, what is that one called? Blossom?
Blossom, it looks like. Yeah.
I think it's called Blossom, which is a cafe. And so it's got just a lot of things here that you can check out for dining. It is a very large hotel. It's very nice. Maximum occupancy per room is 4, though.
Oh, really? I have the 6 with the king kid suite.
What's the kid? They have a kid suite?
A king kid suite with bunk beds. Both sleep 6.
And you're on the
Queen
Westin.
Studio, yeah.
No, you're looking at Anaheim Resort Convention
No,
Center. You're
what?
looking at the
Oh, did it
Residence
pull
Inn.
in element? It pulled in element.
Oh, it
That's
pulled in
why.
element.
Okay.
I was going to say, I
Well-
happen to know it's 4.
It's I know why, because it pulled an element by Westin. So when I searched Westin,
Gotcha.
okay, we gotta look up. That's why I was confused. I'm like, wait, this one has a lot of parks, and I'm like, oh, they did. I didn't know they did bike rentals too.
Oh, no, they don't do bike
No,
rentals.
no, they
That's
do
the
not.
Element.
That
We've
makes
already
more
covered that one.
sense. Yes, we have.
Okay, so
Well, I'm gonna have to pull that up.
she's
One
gonna
minute.
pull it up. We're still walking by it. Now, it does have a beautiful pool area. The hot tub's really cool because it's like lengthwise, and it has waterfalls going into it. It's very pretty. They do have rooftop bar with that also offers some food that anyone can go to, even if they're not stayed there. And you'll see the 4 diamond rooms of the 4 diamond hotel are these ones, especially the upper floors. They have balconies. These balconies, you can't really see it, but I'll turn this and show you while Tony's getting up the right one.
Yeah.
Can you see the red through the palm leaves here? That's the back of the Incredicoaster. That's the tall tunnel of the Incredicoaster, which means, guys, you're facing the parks. They have firework views. Some of these have fairly large
Goodness.
balconies on them that you can look out and see. Now, like I said, maximum occupancy is 4, but they do have some adjoining rooms, so you do have that option. Let me know when you're ready there, Tony.
I am having. Hold on.
I'm trying to see. Oh,
Trying to find dates.
Puesto, is that how you say it? Puesto is another restaurant that's out there.
Oh, let's go.
So,
Okay, there we go. There's the element. There's the Westin.
okay. Thank you, Tony. All right, so tell us.
Okay.
Anything special for Getaway Today guests?
Let's see. We've got 5th night free.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. We've got. See, it doesn't look like there's a discount for parking. It is $45 for self parking and $55 for valet.
Yep.
There is the in-house restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. That looks like that's all I'm seeing.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of perks because guess what? It's 4 diamond.
Yeah.
They don't give out a lot of perks for 4 diamonds hotels. It's kind of interesting to me. Oops. So it's 4 diamonds, so you think, oh, they'll get you stuff because you're paying big bucks. 4 diamond is like you offer all these amenities, but everything you offer is extra. That's how I look at it. Now, they do usually have robes in the room as a requirement for 4 diamond hotels, things like that.
Yeah, don't they have club level too that you can do?
Yes,
and pay extra
club
for?
level.
Yeah.
But let me say with this, people will tell you to stay here if you've decided that it's not worth it to stay at a Disneyland resort now that they're taking away early entry. And they'll tell you it's a quick walk. It's not as quick a walk as it seems. You will see in just a moment, but we do want to point out one more hotel. We haven't even made it to Disneyland Drive yet. That is where you have to walk down to get to Disneyland. And Tony knows this walk isn't as close as it seems because she stayed directly across Disneyland Drive, which is also West Street. It like changes names right here. At our last hotel, which is a budget / value, whatever you want to call it, hotel. Now, there are a few hotels past this. I just don't think they're walking distance. So this is where I say we end on the walking distance ones, is with this next hotel. But before we get to that hotel, there is a restaurant too. I don't even know what the restaurant is. Finney's.
Okay.
So Finney's restaurant. Never eaten there.
Nope.
Sounds like it would be, I don't know.
Irish or...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just was like, I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Uneven
don't
sidewalk.
fall. I almost fell earlier.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. We are coming up to this light, and I'm going to turn this around. So there's Finney's. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to like go sideways on you. Right up there once that semi passes. Where we are not going. That is the Best Western plus Stovall's Inn. And Tony stayed there
I have.
for D23.
I did.
And it was great for getting to the convention
It was
center
really
at D23,
great.
right? And for
Yes.
not having to pay $1 million.
Yes.
So if you have ever checked out any of the we're gonna come up here, turn like we're going to Disneyland just to get in the shade, guys, because like I said, it's hot. Gosh,
Twice now.
These sidewalks are not even, guys. I promise.
Oh
I'm
my
not
gosh.
that big of a klutz. Okay. So
I do want to say something about this too and Getaway today, because being that I had never gone to D23, I'd never been to the convention center, I didn't know where the best place to stay would be. And so I actually reached out to Getaway today and asked them, like, hey, this is the situation. Where do you recommend I stay? And at that point, I wasn't like on the ball with getting my hotel right away because I wasn't sure if I was going. She found exactly where and recommended this place for convenience and how close and being on a budget. And it worked out great. And I was really thankful. She even told me how to get there and the whole bit. So those are the kind of things that are really great about Getaway today too.
yes, definitely. So Stovall's is an older building. In fact, it's one of the first Best Westerns in the area, if not the first, if I remember correctly. But it wasn't the Best Western originally. It was something else.
Okay.
But it became the first Best Western in the area. Now, it has the cute little animal
Topiary garden, yeah.
Topiary garden. There's a whole garden you can walk through. It has 2 pools, if I'm remembering correctly.
correct.
Yes, okay. And one of them's heated and one of them's not. Uh-oh.
Overheating?
I gotta unhook this. Guys, we're gonna have to take a quick break. My camera is overheating. We'll stay in this area, standing here in the shade, but we gotta take a quick break. I told you it's hot, and
Yeah.
I didn't bring my portable ice packs, but I have my water bottle holder that will hopefully help it cool down. So we'll be right back. You'll see, we'll still be right here. Okay, still here. Hopefully it stays cool now. All right. So back to the Best Western Stovall's. What is the maximum room occupancy at this one?
Did I not put that in there? It's a double standard is all I have. So that's
4.
what, 4?
Yeah. So they have 4, and then they have kings. So nothing
Yeah.
for like huge families.
Yeah.
I don't think any of their rooms are adjoining that I can remember, but they might be. But you can also get rooms next to each other. They do have mini fridges. It does offer free breakfast. Now,
It's a full buffet breakfast.
Yes. Yeah.
I like to emphasize that it's not just like a continental.
Yes.
So
Best Western has really upped their breakfast offerings a lot lately. So I like that. And then one perk that this one has is free electric vehicle charging for their guests.
that's surprising.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So are there any special deals when they book their getaway
There is
today?
a 4th night free right now.
Perfect.
So,
And that can change. That's always subject to availability. But so what we're going to do now is
I will
these-
wait. One
oh,
more thing.
Yeah.
Their parking's $25, and that's without any discount.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, guys, so I'm just going to be honest. The parking around here at almost every hotel is going to be 40 to 50 bucks. And it's really funny because there are hotels in this area, specifically along Harbor and Manchester / Clementine, that have valet parking, and it's 40 or 50, and I know people complain about that. And it's like the people right there that don't offer valet are also charging the exact same amount for parking. So really, they're competitive with the area. So, okay, so we're gonna show you. So you're gonna take about 5 minutes to get to the spot that we are from whichever hotel, the Westin or the Best Western. So all the other ones, you're gonna walk the Harbor way to get to Disneyland. Westin and Best Western are ones you will take to go through downtown Disney to get to Disneyland Resort. And so we're gonna show you where you're gonna go. And guess what? You get to pass a couple of Disney hotels along the way. So let's turn this around and get going so you can see this, and then you can see why we say sometimes the walk there in the morning's okay, walk back at night.
Yeah, a little long.
Yeah. Okay, turn around. Okay, that's the fun with the videos. You try not to.
One thing I
Quiet
wanted to
and edit.
ask, or
Oh, yeah.
just confirm. So, if you're at the Best Western, you don't have to. You can just go straight across, right, to that side.
Yes, so there is a little side there, and that walks through this way, where you don't have to cross up here.
Yeah.
But so you'll still have to wait to cross
Mm-hmm.
Catella, which you're probably going to wait 5 minutes. It's a very busy street. And here's the other thing that's fun with this is like, I mean, technically, depending on when you're coming or going, if you're at Westin, you could go through the Grand Californian to bypass the downtown Disney. You cannot do that in the morning because that is only for hotel guests. But I'm not even sure if you could do that anymore because I think they may have locked the gates so that only
Yeah, I know. I can't keep up.
they lock them, unlock them, lock them,
Yeah.
unlock them.
Yes.
So most likely, just plan that you're going to have to get there, go through downtown Disney.
Yes.
To come back, you could exit the Grand and come down here to get to the Westin. So, yeah, we'll kind of show you where everything is as we get up here. That over there that you can kind of see through the trees now, you could see it better before, that is the Pixar Pier Hotel. So that one is not for Diamond, but it is a luxury hotel. So there are a few luxury hotels in the area that are not for Diamond. And this one is luxury because it's Disney and the price. Like basically that's it. If you were at Walt Disney World, I would actually say this would end up being in the moderate category, but a higher moderate. So yes, even at Disney World, the moderates can range from a whole bunch of different things. So that's the Pixar Pier Hotel, and it's also where you go into park for downtown Disney, all of that good stuff. So we're walking. Again, we just don't try not to cut the video. Over at the Pixar Place Hotel, which you also can book this through Getaway Today, just so you know. They have, it's been just recently redone. It has not been the Pixar Place for very long. It was Paradise Pier Hotel before that. I like that they kept it so the initials are the same though. So in any Disney group board chat place you go, it's still PPH for the for the abbreviation that people will be using. Now, the Pixar Pier Hotel have rooms that sleep 5, and I'm sure they have a few suites in there. They're really hard to book, and you can only book them direct, I believe. The rooms are great. They're wonderful. I was very disappointed with the food options at the Pixar Pier Hotel, though. And there's a few reasons for that. One being the fact that their little grab and go is just that, grab and go. I was really hoping for something that over at Walt Disney World, the value resorts have better dining options than this grab and go, right? So like here at All Stars, you've got several different things you can choose to eat. But you come here to Pixar Pier, you don't. There's no character dining here like there are at the other two. And they do have one restaurant inside called Great Maple. It is technically not a Disney restaurant. It's one of those that they license and they, all go together or whatever and be friends. But
the food is really good there, though. I have eaten there a couple times.
Okay, I will say it's hit or miss in my opinion. So did you eat breakfast there or dinner?
Breakfast. Yeah.
Okay, I've heard breakfast is really good. I went there for dinner and I was not impressed.
Okay, never done dinner. Breakfast
Never.
was really good.
And my friend got an alcoholic beverage. It was smaller than any serving I've ever seen at Disney.
Goodness.
It was like that one bar we went to
yes.
at the Spring Hill Suites in Burbank. And not bar, it was like a restaurant bar.
Yeah.
And she said it was extremely weak and she paid like $21 for it.
Ouch.
It was tiny. So, I mean, not that I'm like advocating to go get drunk, but.
But if you're going to pay $21, you want there to at least be not watered
and then
down.
I had steak and it was very not good. It just wasn't good. And one of the other people with us had steak as well, was not good. And then they were like, we don't know if we have steak sauce. You did push the button, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
And,
a question about that though, is that were both of you ones that like it well done?
No.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
No, and I would never judge it on a well done one.
Steak sauce, honestly, like at nicer restaurants, isn't. They don't
but this
typically have that.
They did have it,
yeah.
but I didn't care. I don't do steak sauce, but yeah. So I'm trying
it's
to
not
decide.
a sizzler, is all I'm
So
saying.
here's the option: we can cross here.
Yeah.
Or you can cross farther down and go through the Pixar Pier Hotel. So this one you have to go down like this and then around that way. This one you'll go in the back, which is where the path is. So I think that's the way we're going to go. So on this side of us is Backstage, California Adventure. And if you stay at the Pixar Pier Hotel and you have a resort view, you can see how big this area is back here, which makes you realize, yes, there is room for a Coco attraction back here behind all of this stuff. It is huge. So here's the deal, guys. My camera is still kind of warm. We will stop for a few minutes inside the Pixar Pier Hotel, I think. Or, Pixar Place Hotel. See?
There's
Pixar
too many.
Place Hotel.
Paradise Pier, Pixar Place.
Yeah, we're gonna go inside for a few minutes. I'm gonna see if I can get if I can get a cup of ice at the cafe that I can just set my camera in to help it, or on top of, not immerse it in it, but put it in there to help it cool down, and then we will continue. So this tour is taking us a lot longer than we thought it would. Of course, it's not taking you longer because we're only showing you as we're moving and stuff. When we do something like this, we stop. So here you can see though, the outside Great Maple, and it's got this cool like indoor outdoor vibe. They have these giant windows here that kind of roll up like a garage door and come up, and they can open them up so that it's indoor outdoor dining, or they can keep it strictly indoor dining if they want and have those closed, or have them separated. So like maybe you are hosting a party and you want outdoor dining, they can make that a separate spot for your event, things like that. So that's pretty cool. Okay. And the other reason I kind of wanted to come up this way to show you is because up here is the Grand Californian Hotel entrance. Here's the Grand right there. And unfortunately, this is also where the employees come out, the cast members come out to smoke apparently. But we're gonna have to walk a little fast to make sure we get to the light when it turns. But this is the entrance here. So this is where you would come out if you exit through the Grand Californian. Oh, we got a light, a walking light. There goes the monorail over there. Probably too small in this with the wide angle lens, but so this is the other way to get to downtown Disney, is to go in here and turn right.
Over there, that's the Disneyland Hotel, which we will have to walk by in order to get through security. Okay. This is where we're gonna pause. We're at that crosswalk right there, but because we're gonna backtrack to go into the hotel, we're gonna pause here and we will be back in just a bit. We're walking back to our spot at the crosswalk, but it is so hot. Tony got a snow cone. We just barely got outside. Well, she got shaved ice, no flavoring, and it's already melted. I'm just kidding. The Sketch Pad, which is the grab and go quick service place in Pixar Place Hotel, gives those cones that you can fill with water. But you know, I haven't drank. I didn't know people still use the cone.
I know.
That's kind of
I haven't
interesting.
seen that in forever.
Okay, so here we are. We are back at the crosswalk, as you can see, and we are going to walk to downtown Disney. We're just going to go this way. We're not going to cross again. You can, but you can also just go this way and take the little loop and go. So this is also the way we're going. As I try to sling my water ball over my head gracefully. Yeah, that didn't happen. Is also, you'll see it's where you go from Pixar Pier or Pixar Place to get to downtown Disney to check in, go through security as well. So I would say it's probably a 15 to 20 minute walk from the Westin, depending on how fast you walk, the traffic lights. There's just a lot of variables in that, right? So that's why I'm saying 15 to 20 minutes. And again, it will seem very long at night because you are going to have multiple lights that you have to go through and have to cross. And so just be aware of that because like I said, we're not even to the walkway to downtown Disney yet, technically.
Yep.
Okay. We are getting there though.
We're close.
Almost there. So if you're staying at the Pixar Place Hotel, even if you're not staying there, but if you're staying there, there's an entry down this way into the hotel. And then, so you'd walk that way for going to that hotel, but it joins up with this path. This path that says you can go downtown Disney and the theme parks. Over there is the downtown Disney parking area. So had we crossed where I showed you where the people would go into the parking and it has the sign saying downtown Disney, we would have had to walk all that way around along with all the traffic going. So that's why I prefer to go like this. We're gonna cross here, take the little loop around. Did you do that to me? You guys, she just splashed me with water and it felt
like
good.
you were warm. Yeah.
It did, it felt good. Now, I haven't used the new entrance for here. Security entrance, have you?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't used it yet. Or if I have, I don't remember using it. But they had the one by the, you used to have to walk really far down here, guys, to get to a security. But they added this new one within the last 6 months, I think. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Where you can get into the downtown Disney area over towards where the grassy area is and stuff. And so that's the security one that you will go through if you're coming this way. I think eventually the other one is only going to be for people coming from the Disneyland Hotel, in my mind, I would imagine. Because if you're getting rid of early entry, you got to give people another perk, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so giving them their own entry, especially at the Disneyland and the Grand, and their own security spot.
I felt like I thought, I don't know, I need to look it up, but I thought that there had been mention of them doing that.
Yeah, I'm
or maybe
pretty...
they temporarily did it at some point.
So
and
they
then
did
took it away.
temporarily have this one, I think,
Yeah.
only for Disneyland Hotel guests.
Yeah.
And then I think it was just until they got the other one ready.
Okay.
So we're going through security, so we are going to have to put away the camera. But just remember, this gets you at this end of downtown Disney. We're coming out right by Din Tai Fung. So, yeah.
on this
No,
bag.
Tony.
hard with security because it's like
There
I got
you
all
go.
my stuff on
Theme
here
park
and I have it on my bag. Yeah.
Subscribe. All right, so like I said, if she's fixing and you might hear rustling from her mic.
We're good. I got it on there
she's
now.
gone.
Mhm.
This is Din Tai Fung. So we just entered through security, restrooms, Din Tai Fung, the grass and performance area, where they have someone getting ready to play, it looks like. So as a reminder, this is the opposite end of downtown Disney from the parks. It's going to take you another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much you stop to look in the windows in order to get to the parks. Oh, they're starting to play.
I will say the nice thing about this is there are a lot of distractions that take away from
The walk.
so
Yes.
it doesn't necessarily feel as long,
Right.
but it still is an
Right.
extended walk from where you're supposedly in the Disney bubble.
Yes. Yes, exactly. It's not like the harbor ones when they say you're 8 minutes,
Yeah.
they mean 8 minutes to the park gates.
Yes.
Like, because you walk in, you walk through security, and you go right into the Esplanade. That's not how this one is.
Woo! Oh!
The other option, though, Tony, that I totally forgot about.
Oh, yes.
If you have a park reservation to Disneyland and a ticket, you could hop on the monorail right here, and that would take you into Tomorrowland at Disneyland. So it's not for those going to California Adventure, but for those going to Disneyland, you could do that.
As long as it's not too hot. Like in the
Yeah, 'cause-
summertime, sometimes they shut down in the afternoon.
Yes. So just know that. Also, that basically. Oh, here's a good spot where we're kind of.
Oh,
come
this
right
cute
over
little
here.
purple door. Oh, purple's better background than green.
It's a
More
green
flattering.
screen. I could put something behind it. Okay. So hopefully this is the door though. So hopefully nobody needs to come out of it.
Yeah, we'll hear.
So we this concluded the. There goes the monorail. See, look. This is the last of the walking tours for as far as walking to the parks.
I just want to see
From
your eyes.
them. Aw, thank you. Okay, so which area would you prefer? Me personally, I'm at Harbor Boulevard, and then the behind Harbor hotels is my next choice. This Catella strip, not my jam. I'm just going to be honest. Not my jam. I will end up Ubering at the end of the night.
True.
I mean, they do have art. They have art.
Yeah.
But art is like $6 a day, and in the morning, I'll feel good about it. I'll feel good, like I can do this. At the end of the day, I'll be like, dang it.
Facts. It really is.
Not, and then I'll Uber.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make that walk. Heck, even the ones there behind Harbor, when I've stayed at Suncoast, there's been times, like at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm Ubering this. Yeah. So, let us know what area you were in now. While we finish the walking tours of the ones that can walk to Disney,
Yeah.
and even though we do still have a few more for walking to the Toy Story lot, we
Yes.
can do.
Yes.
And we can walk and show you a whole bunch in the Garden Grove area that are together, and you can see those. So we will still be doing more hotel tours, and of course, when we stay at a hotel, we'll do a hotel tour there. And I think we're gonna have to branch out. Our favorite hotel is the Courtyard on Harbor. I think we're gonna have to branch out a little in 2026 so we can cover more. It's hard.
We are a little spoiled there.
We're very spoiled. But for you guys, we'll do it.